Okay, back to POWDERKEG X. Let me explain it a little bit more. It's swing trading. We put on options, positions, buy calls, buy puts in order to take these types of good reward to risk ratio math types of trades. Your winning percentage should be pretty good, okay, but the performance of a stock or market will cycle. Okay, you know, the markets go through fast times, slow times, choppy times, as you can see in a price chart. So you have to have that longer term perspective. We'll give you the option signal, and we will give you the initial stop loss, and we will give you the profit taking exit. All right, so we give all this to you. How does it work? We send you an email when there's a new signal, entry signal, or a profit trail stop adjustment. The email goes out and the signal is on your members page. Okay, everything's kept there, and you can look at it in an organized way, and that's about it. And you can see dates of entry and exit and all that good stuff. It's real simple. It's really easy. Now, how would you trade it? Well, if you wanted to trade it, you would log into your brokerage account, right? And you would use either a contingent order to trigger you in via our price trigger that we'll give you, and you can use a contingent order to set your stop loss point, your initial stop, from which you then move later as your trail stop. You just reset the price. If your brokerage doesn't have contingent orders as an options broker, you need a new one, in my opinion. I mean, it's pretty lame not to have one. Have contingent orders. It's ridiculous. So otherwise, you can use price alerts. Like you can use TradingView. The free version will give you a price alert to your cell phone, to your email, and make beeping noises and pop up a window when your price alert is hit. So this is pretty easy, okay? And but I'd get contingent orders. What's a contingent order? It's on your broker's computer, and it will give you price triggers for entry. So we use a price trigger to enter at the market, not at a limit. They have a preset limit usually. So at the market, or sell to close your options at the market if the price passes your stop loss point. And so this saves a ton of time. Back in the old days, when we had fractions and options, we used to have to sit there all day waiting for our entry, and man, we weren't even day trading. We were swing trading and position trading. And anyways, but I didn't even think of using a price alert back then, which is pretty dumb. But that's all you needed. See, because even if you're watching the position back, in the old days, you're still not going to see the exact moment it breaks a high or a low or whatever. You may be late, maybe eating lunch, or in the bathroom, or taking a nap. And so if you have a price alert, well, you can respond within a minute or two to log in and then adjust your order. Yeah, you can respond more quickly versus trying to watch it and then fall asleep, take a nap, go out to lunch, miss your trigger, which, I did a lot back then. But, I didn't usually miss the entry by a whole lot in swing trading or position trading. but it's better to stick to the plan and stick to the system entries and exits, because this is what you're looking at here. You're looking at entries and exits based on the system. And our job as a signal service is to get you the entries and exits based on our system. All right. So all we're doing is looking to give you signals based on our system. And that's the best thing to do. You don't want any of our signal callers guessing or going by their mood of the day or what they ate for lunch to determine which way is this stock going to go today. Okay? No. You don't want people trying to base their trading on their intuition, which they can confuse between, like I said, emotions, outer voices popping in their head, okay, thoughts bouncing around the ether, whatever. If you really pay attention to all these thoughts that hit your head, that enter your mind, you gotta wonder, where do these thoughts come from? Are they yours? Are they coming from, where are they coming from within you? Are they coming from your head, your heart, or are they coming from the outside? Where do we get all these thoughts from? Where do we get the thought to buy an asset at the absolute high when we should be selling or selling short? How many people have done that over and over at emotional extremes? That's so common. Trading books talk about that. Umpteen trading books talk about that. Anyways, so where do these ideas come from? It would be a good idea to start breaking down and categorizing and analyzing where each thought comes from and try to trace it back to its source. Because then in the future you'll be able to differentiate what thought comes from where and what thought tends to be of error or of trickery or just of stupidity. Okay? And if you can find consistencies in these thoughts, if these types of thoughts come to you consistently from these certain locations, then you can use those thought triggers as an edge, maybe just to do the opposite and increase your winning. I hope that makes sense. Anyways, I went on another tangent here, but POWDERKEG X, it's really simple. It's really awesome, as you can see here, and we're going to look to develop this out over time. So if you're interested, sign up. We've been keeping our signal services very inexpensive, in our opinion. And so sign up and just start watching. It's going to take you, 6 months to get a good assessment, feel of the system, I would say. A lot of people think they're going to assess a trading signal service in a week, whether they hit some winners at the start, and then they'll get all excited, but then you'll have trades that stop out, and then there goes their emotions, and then they start getting depressed again. They go in their swirly spiral downward, and usually they'll quit. I mean, that's what losers do, okay? There's too much loser mentality these days. And so we don't want to do things like that, right? You have to look at the perspective. Forget about your feelings. The universe isn't going to come there and support your feelings, okay? Actually, we're in this realm to get all sorts of hardships and challenges. So the last thing that we should expect is a helping hand. Okay, maybe the helping hand of a smack in the face to, to beat us down so we can become stronger. We can become mentally and more and emotionally more not only strong but wise, shrewd. All right? So that's what I'm seeing, especially these days. We're being trained to become more independent instead of dependent. Doesn't that make sense? Because who wants to manage a bunch of whiny, lazy losers who don't produce? That's a deep thought. Okay. I mean, think about parenting. You want a kid in their what age? 30s, 40s, just hanging around, not getting a, I hate to use the word job or starting a business. We're trading for a living, okay? No parent wants that, right? They want to be free and enjoy their later years that the kids, took up, or, years that they were involved in raising kids. Not that they don't love their kids, but, they want to have some fun, right? So, okay, anyways, more deep thoughts. But powder keg, you're going to have to, just like any of these other signals or trading systems, think longer term. Think bigger picture. Develop goals and plans and get organized to assess the systematic approach. It may take you years even to keep improving at your trading if you're on a plan to get to the point where you're consistently generating cash flow, not based on you learning intuitive lessons, but you becoming good at a system. I mean, it could take you a couple weeks too, but so it could take you. There's a learning curve to getting used to any trading system, and we make systems, so we know, all right? There's a learning curve and there's an experiential learning curve to getting to know a trading system of our own. So we have to go through that process. Definitely you do too. But it depends on your experiences and your personality and your mindset and your beliefs and all these types of things in terms of the speed that you can take on the system. Some of our students will just simply say, oh, here's the system. I'm just going to trade the system. And there they go. 5, 6, 7 figures. And they tell us about it. And I have seen over time that some of the best students we've had are standout students. One was one in particular was a doctor, military. Okay, why? Because they're used to following a system. And they have no problem following the system. Right? A lot of entrepreneurs get into trading and they're anti-system. So, but if you want big success over time that can be compounded, you have to be systematic in your approach, entrepreneurs. Okay, you can't be a freewheeler all over the place. Okay, you have to do certain boring things. Not everything needs to be boring, but you need to do the boring things and get your excitement from the success the boring things bring. So you have to play with your mind a bit to get yourself to do that. And I think that's going to be a big help for a lot of traders out there, because a lot of traders are entrepreneurs. All right, that's it. Thanks.